are you? My name is Greg Cull. I'm with Principal Consulting, and we've been involved in enterprise mobility for honestly almost 10 years. Today we're going to talk about unwiring the enterprise, and specifically mobile sales deployment that we recently did with a customer in Pennsylvania. Move this forward. Thank you. Fortunately, I'm joined by two gentlemen, an individual that helped me oversee the project from a delivery standpoint and execute success. Secondly, I'm joined by OraSure, the company themselves, Scott Baker, and I'll get into your title when we're here. I'm going to let Scott talk a little bit, or at least introduce his company in brief.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, my name is Scott Baker. I'm manager of SAP Systems for OraSure Technologies. We are a medical device manufacturer and diagnostics company located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We manufacture rapid HIV tests, rapid hepatitis C tests. We also have other products that range in drugs of abuse as well as flu. And a recent addition to our line is a DNA collection device as well. We're approximately about $80 to $90 million in revenue, and we have about 300 employees worldwide.
Thank you very much, Scott. We appreciate working with a client like this because here in these early days of mobility, they're willing to look at this as innovative projects, mobile sales, and we delivered some success. TPC, in brief, we really grew up around the CRM. We were involved at SAP Labs in the beginning of mobile studio applications, which was really the forerunner of enterprise mobility because it comes down to data orchestration and the middleware components. Some of our leadership was involved in actually developing those technologies. We've been involved in CRM since the very first days, and that delta of CRM and mobility put us at a forefront of mobile sales. Currently in North America, Principal Consulting has more mobile sales installs than anyone else. We're kicking off 3 just this month. One of our customers, Lubrisol, actually just spoke about an hour ago. We were able to get data moving in test within 2.5 weeks. We're one of the first SAP service organizations to work with Sybase technology well in advance of the acquisition itself, which was announced here at SAPPHIRE 2 years ago. Rapid deployments and mobile sales. I'm focusing on mobile sales today, number one, because again, we have credibility here, and also as one of the first mobile applications prepared by Sybase and then picked up during the acquisition. SAP CRM Rapid Deployment, 6 to 8 weeks. Affordably priced. Obviously, people are familiar with rapid deployments. They have predefined scopes. We like to look at these as out-of-the-box functionality. It is feature-rich and it maps well back to CRM. We're hearing a lot of folks that are live on this right now. It's increasing the usability of their CRM tool and exciting their sales forces to collecting real data. Features and components. You've probably heard a lot of this from SAP sales professionals about the features that are in mobile sales. Again, they're mostly aligned with the Salesforce automation and the CRM tools. Alok, do you want to talk a little bit about when we looked at the project, what we wanted to deliver?
Sure. So, the important part was getting everybody to understand all the different moving pieces.
Hold it closer.
Closer? Okay, sorry. So what's the important part was to get everybody understand at OraSure what all things are we doing, and a lot of moving pieces to this piece. So we had to do a complete scoping of the project. We had to install NetViewer Mobile and Gateway for NetViewer Mobile. Complete documents had to be prepared so that people at OraSure could understand how to support it and what these components were. We did the complete blueprinting project plan and break down each and every activity because it was a journey that they embarked on and had no clue what to expect. So making a project plan and figuring out what's going to take how much time, and a lot of things moving and connecting. So that was a very, very critical piece for us to get started on this project. We obviously had the configuration piece where CRM was configured in a certain way from out of the box, and OraSure's requirements were to add some modifications to that. So we had to kind of understand what they were and put them a part of the scope and still keep it kind of rapid deployment. Knowledge transfer, again, this was something that had to be like start from scratch, like you have no idea what this is, right? And setting expectations of what to expect once we did go live. So that was there. We followed an approach called train the trainer, which obviously made them very comfortable because their team members were involved from start to end of how exactly what is going on, and if there were any issues that came up, their team was a part of the resolution itself, and obviously support and go live. And for OraSure side, they obviously provided the infrastructure, which was basically virtual, hosted in their own virtualware. We did ask, and it was very nice to have some key contact people from their side from the beginning to the end. And we did the train the trainer, whereas they did the end user training to the sales team. And performance testing, and I think everything went pretty good.
Before we kick off, we have requirements. So OraSure was on 7.0. Is infrastructure in place? Are the licenses in place? Where is SAP right now? We're making sure all these things are in place that we can kick off properly and then drive to go live successfully. Implementation summary, rapid deployment for mobile sales. This talks a little bit about the phases throughout the duration.
Yep. So important thing is that, before we started, we wanted to make sure all the servers, the configuration, the compatibility check was all done. We made sure the project plan, specified the dates, and once we started off, it was basically a good scheduling job. Who needs to come in and do what? And so we had the project kickoff meeting. We had the business process where we understood exactly what was to be deployed on the mobile devices. We had the technical solution completely, understanding of the sequence of events. When the deployment started, we had a basis person who started one by one. So we installed the Unwired platform. We installed the network mobile, the gateway, the configuration. We deployed the different entity set definition relationships. And we got the data on the development landscape, which was then all transported to production. So we started doing the testing on development while the work was going on for production. And then it was end user training and roll off. So about 8 weeks time frame. We pretty much get the first set of things working in about 5 weeks, followed by some training and testing, and then moving on to QA or production. So
what is the difference between, and this is during the beginning installation, the difference between the NetWeaver gateway and the relay servers?
Okay, so the relay server is the entry point into the organization for all mobile devices. The relay server is like a proxy server that sits on the DMZ, which is between the external and the internal firewall. And then the relay server securely connects to the Sybase Unwired platform, which then goes and gets data from CRM systems. The network mobile is what makes the data come from CRM systems and then route it to the different devices, to the SAP server, and then that goes to the devices. So you need the network mobile, and the gateway is basically the connectivity between the SAP and the NetWeaver mobile.
Thank you. Solution landscape. So here, Alok was just alluding to some of the components.
So if you see on the right-hand side on the screen, you're going to find all different types of mobile devices. That's the airwaves. And then you have the external firewall, which basically is a server that has the IIS component installed on it. and that connects to the only settings you need is to have the devices point to the relay server. Once you point to the relay server, then relay server uses the outbound enablers that goes into SUP, and then the SUP connects to the NetViewer mobile. If you see the two boxes on the left-hand side, and then that connects to the CRM server. So if you're going to go to mobilize a CRM, you're only going to have the CRM. We would need to have the NetViewer mobile server. It could be an existing server or it could be a new server, but once you install and configure NetViewer mobile, you need just one more server for the SUP. So not really a huge landscape impact on the existing environment.
And while we're here, Scott, if you could jump in, can you explain to people how much of an effort from your company's perspective to set up the infrastructure? Was it expensive? Was it 3 weeks or?
I mean, from a perspective of how much we were involved, I mean, we pretty much let the TPC team take that effort start to finish. I would say the install pieces were done within the first week and a half
Right.
of initiating the
Right.
effort. So from our perspective, you're setting up the VMs, you're setting up the operating systems, and then we're handing it over to your group to take it from that point forward.
But you didn't need any new boxes.
No, we did not need any new boxes. We were using existing infrastructure for VM and existing memory and such.
So it's not a pain point for setup, for infrastructure.
No. I mean, basically, you're looking at the Windows operating systems that you had to license, and then moving forward.
Thank you. Objectives. This is a good point for you because what did OraSure want in the end? Why were they spending money? If you can talk to this.
Okay, sure. The overriding thing that we were really looking for is a means to improve our sales team performance. We were looking for means to also manage our sales pipeline. What's the new business that we have out there? We're also looking at what are the touch points that we have with our customers. So these are some of the guiding principles that kind of set us out on this effort to really launch into mobility. And we determined that we could leverage our SAP implementation and get some natural inherent data transfer from what we're doing in our ECC environment, what we're launched into with our CRM environment, and really just dive into mobility, leveraging the mobile sales client. So we're able to really take a look at what do we need to make this happen. Okay, we need our devices, we're going to need NetWeaver Mobile, we're going to need the Unwired platform, we're going to need Apharia. Apharia is how we rolled out the applications. We've gone on to work with TPC to create a custom application for us, and we've used Apharia to roll that out to our end users as well. So in this process, we've created a custom application, but then we've also done changes to the mobile sales CRM client as well with TPC's assistance.
Yep.
What we've gone on to do is extend opportunity management to additional fields coming down. We've also built in a layer of data access, okay? So within our sales organization, we had a team selling environment. So out of the box, SAP says, you are able to see what you're responsible for. We said we want to extend that. We want to make it available for the team that's responsible for it. So we worked with TPC to put these rules in effect, and that's what we did. We executed to a point where the sales teams are getting data not just for where they're tagged as responsible, but anything that would fall into their region as well.
And thank you to bring up we are developing mobile applications for OraSure, and that's what falls under the title of truly unwiring their enterprise. Though a lot of this conversation and dialogue today is focused on mobile sales, its duration and its impact on the business, they really have positioned their IT and their direction to unwire themselves. What is their SAP business processes? How can we prioritize that, and what will add value to the business? And they're headed down that path, quite frankly, ahead of a lot of other organizations. In the beginning of a project, you also have to recognize challenges and opportunities.
Okay, so where we were as a company is we had just launched into CRM. So CRM was new to us. We were just coming out of an installation with a pilot team and bringing that pilot team up to speed. We identified pretty early on the need for mobility, that was something that our sales team would need, that we weren't looking to add more efforts into the evening hours for them, but we were looking for ways that they can complete their efforts within a business day. So mobility came into play after looking at the initial pilot of CRM. The other thing is what customization did we need to look at specifically for loading in some of those things that I mentioned. So knowing that some of what we were looking for was not just out of the box, it was some enhancement to be done. So understanding what that meant to the project as well. And then just the overall establishment of the technical environment. Going through the efforts of saying, okay, how many VMs do we need? What are we putting on those VMs? Can we share any of those environments rather than having them all separate? So going through that analysis and really that planning stage of making sure that the project was going to be successful.
I would recognize a challenge here on some of these early mobile sales deployments also. We're going into these projects without best practices. TPC, as a result of our efforts, now have a best practice in place, but not on some of these early ones. Highlights of the project, Alok?
So we came in with some previous experience, and so we had really nailed it down, this right project plans, experience from different landscapes, and doing the OraSure, I would be saying that we pretty much did it like professionals should do it, and I think we hit every date, every question was answered, and it was done in a way where I don't think so we ever really felt that we were not a team, and we got it done on time, and that helped us in becoming a certified rapid deployment partner of this. And now, we look back, and this was, I think, the second or the third one we are doing, and now the list is growing for us. So we were able to get the right business rules customized to get the right data. Afaria, we used Afaria for integrating good security into the application. Now, we're doing a lot of advanced application enabling and onboarding with other applications.
We used it to actually deploy the application
We use it
to
to
your
deploy
user
the
base.
application. Yep.
Right.
So on the whole, I think Scott standing here with us, it was a fantastic experience, and we got it done under 6 weeks, 5.5 weeks, 2 landscape system, and we are now replicating that into many more.
Set up custom data distribution rule and territory management. That was something we had to apply a little bit of a...
Yeah, because the out of the box comes with employee responsible relationship, and no business runs exactly what comes out of the box. So you have good experience, tailoring the data to your needs.
Let me see, we have a minute and a half left. Let's see what slides we have. Benefits of the project. Obviously, this provided a valuable tool to the field, enabling the sales team to be in touch with their CRM system. The application is the interface, and the data is moving through all those servers in the middle. Did enhance production and improve sales operations. Right.
Sorry. Yes, I'll just add to that.
Thank you.
With the means that we were able to collect the data, we're now able to take that data into our business objects environment. So we now have that data available to see a full pipeline for the company at the click of a button. So basically, we create a universe out of the CRM data. That universe is now available for all reporting activities that we do, including with activities as well. So the sales activities of who the sales team is meeting with. So what we're doing is building more tools for the sales team, okay? So we're trying to take away some prior efforts that they would do in Excel. We're trying to take that to business objects and make it more readily available for the company to use and make better business decisions.
Thank you, Scott. Takeaways here in 15 seconds.
Okay, you can deploy it very quickly. You don't need a huge team to do it. And the support afterwards is not as much as you would think. Basically, in our environment, it's not even a part-time job keeping up with this, okay? It's a couple hours a week, ensuring that everybody is supported, ensuring the sales team has the training that they need. But really, it's an environment that we set up that we're able to monitor, not handhold. So overall, it's been a great addition to our tool set.
Thank you. And that was it. So speed to value and a foundation for growth. We are taking a Q&A session next door in the beautiful partner center here. If anybody would like to join us for the next 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.